Oh my days, what is up, peeps? Hope we're all doing well. Welcome back to the show. I don't have a beanie. This time I have this thing, so please don't make fun of me, all right? We got some big news out there, of course, in Counter-Strike. As per usual, let's just get on into it. As NiKo has now stated with an interview that he did this past weekend live on Katowice broadcast that was actually released during the series between G2 and Falcons, where he talked about the supposed real reason of him leaving G2 and going to Falcons, which sparked a lot of feedback.
Yeah, I think the reason why people see it as a big surprise is probably because we actually got the best team towards the end when I decided to leave. So that was maybe a bit of unfortunate timing for myself, I would say. But obviously, if I take a look at the whole 4 years that I've been a part of G2, I think it's pretty safe to say that like first 2.5 years were like pretty disappointing results-wise. We haven't won a single event, and with this I have been very disappointed in how we played, in how some things has been managed throughout this time with the roster changes that we have made as well. So we haven't really been competitive for the titles, I would say, for majority of that time. We obviously had some peaks where we were going through the finals, but we were never really as good as Navi were, for example. I think that we probably just used the chance that everyone else was like way worse than Navi, for example, at the time. So yeah, the biggest reason why I decided to leave is just due to this, that I haven't really been eye to eye, or not to say eye to eye, but I didn't really agree with some of the changes we have done throughout the majority of the time in my team. And with Falcons, I really believe that they're here to build a team around me, and I think we have the right people to help me achieve those things as well. So this has been the biggest reason why I switched.
What are some of your first impressions with the Falcons organization, just in regards to your Counter-Strike team and all the support staff, and how's it been?
I mean, everything has been good apart from, all the struggle of getting a team and assembling the team. But
as he pretty much said, hey, you know what? We made a lot of moves that I didn't see eye to eye with these guys on. A lot of moves that maybe he did not support. And he also mentions the first 2 or so years with G2, they weren't really competitive. And even towards maybe the end, of course, we saw them in a lot of grand finals, as he noted. But overall, he didn't feel they were a competitive team or one of the best teams out there, which is certainly going to pique some interest and turn some ears, as people would be like, yo, G2 had one of their best years of Counter-Strike ever, and then you're deciding to leave. But also because people are wondering, what decisions did you not agree with inside G2? And then I would say also because people are calling it maybe a BS reason, like maybe you went to Falcons for a paycheck, and yes, they're going to try and build around you, but even as he jokes, like it was tough to get the team that he wanted built around him, right? So all in all, I feel like it was a tricky question that is never going to have the right answer, because it's always going to be a mix mash of things. There are probably multiple reasons, and I'm sure everything he said probably had a faint semblance of truth to it, but people like to hang on to the fact that a paycheck was probably also a large portion of that. What did you guys think? But all in all, I found it very interesting, and I'm glad that he was able to answer it. And also the content we've been getting, the interviews we've been getting in between matches and before the matches and played during the matches, have been amazing insight into all these roster changes, as we're still so early on into the 2025 season. I forget, we're only like halfway through our second tournament. So of course we're going to be still interested in all of these ongoings from late 2024. As NiKo also stated in his post-game interview, we covered this yesterday. Unfortunately, Falcons did fall to G2. A bit of a back and forth series, and some might say a throne series towards the end by Falcons, who could have bested G2. And NiKo was certainly frustrated. And he says, we're going back to the drawing board. We're going to figure things out. But it was very clear that he was not happy with their performance, and he shouldn't have been.
Yeah, I'm obviously super disappointed, even though we lost, to one of the best teams in a close fashion. But still, this is when I'm playing, I'm never gonna accept that anyone is better, that there's a better team than us. So it's tough to lose, obviously, but I feel like we played some good Counter-Strike, but also we had some moments where just where we know they're going and we are on the right side, and we just cannot close out the rounds. And these are the rounds that hurt us a lot this whole event, even yesterday. So I think there are a lot of positives to take out, even though we lost both games. And I'm happy that we show some progress in today's game comparing to yesterday. So, yeah, I mean, there's not really much to say. We are still a new team, and we knew it was going to be tough event. The group was tough. We faced, a very hot Eternal Fire, and obviously G2 is one of the best teams in the world, so we knew it was going to be tough. And there's a next event soon, so just go back to practice, rewatch what happened here, and see in which direction we take next.
And then after that, we head into a great series. It was a phenomenal series, one that people were certainly excited for, that being Vitality versus FaZe, as they, had some big swaps on both these rosters. We got a FaZe LAN Elige debut. Of course, Vitality bringing in Rops, and Rops maybe thinking that he was still with FaZe, as he had a team kill that Kerrigan later had to thank him for.
And then they just pause here, they stall out, they wait for that other duo to... That... You have to...
He thinks he's still on FaZe!
You have to be kidding. ZywOo into the 1v2 clutch.
No,
you
they
have
lost the
to
round.
be kidding.
He thinks he's still on FaZe, Connor!
Shit.
I'm surprised Blast didn't just Photoshop in FlameZ flicking off, I don't know, Rops or somebody in there. That's a joke, by the way. Blast, your Great People production is awesome. That's a FlameZ has had a rough week when it comes to that stuff, but Vitality have not, okay? Because eventually they do actually best FaZe, but not before my favorite British player, and so is yours, Mezzy. He's so back, all right? I feel like he never gets the justification because the people around him are also so freaking good. But even Apex is like, you're getting killed by a British player.
Exits. That's what FaZe... Oh my God, he hit him with the wall. Wow.
Wicked.
Dude, I don't know what's gotten into Mezzy.
British player! Oh my God!
What the hell? He's making fun of his own teammates.
Bro, I'm right here. Mezzy just looks down the line like...
It's
Apex.
That's only the 60th joke today, I'm sure.
Because the only other British representation we had, we talked about last week, ITB being scanned for like 700,000 euro pounds, and they're out of business. So at least we have Mezzy to hang on to, and so too did Vitality hang on, besting FaZe in a map 3 overtime.
Don't let FlameZ get warmed up.
He has been quiet throughout this third map after trying his damnedest to keep them in Anubis. Everything now starting to fall apart. Vitality sit comfortably in a 5v2. And just when it seemed like FaZe Clan, for the first time in over a year at a non-major event, we're going to beat Vitality in a best of 3 in any series. It seems to have been ripped from their hands. Alicia's gotten a taste of what it means to play for FaZe. That bullshit on full display. But Rops, putting a bullet to the back of Frozen, is now being weaponized against his ex-comrades. Rain, you don't have the health for this. Vitality to the Spoda. And it could have been faster. It could have been clean.
And of course, Katowice does continue later on today at the point of you guys watching this, so I'll probably see you back here bright and early tomorrow morning. There are so many Counter-Strike matchups. It has just been, it's almost been tiring, but it's Katowice, so you kind of got to just re-wake yourself up and get over that hump. We've seen some other, I would say, surprising things. The biggest surprise for me so far, I don't know about you guys, that's what the comment section is for, that's going to be Virtus Pro. They take down G2, and then they take down Eternal Fire. So we will see them over in Spodek, and they've had, I would say, one of the more impressive runs, especially the least expected impressive runs out there. Virtus Pro looking extremely good. We also have 3D Max taking down Big Clan. They will also be qualified, and we talked about them just last episode. They had a strong finish to last year and a strong start to this one. 3D Max is like low-key back on the map right now and competing up there with French CS. Of course, they had a matchup with Vitality day before, but still, French CS, like low-key, is that back right now? Until next time, I hope you guys all enjoy. Drink up, all right? Stay caffeinated, stay hydrated, and I'm going to keep on figuring things out. I know the camera angle's not quite, I feel like it has to be like closer or like further away and then zoomed in. I don't know. Something is not quite there, but we're going to figure it out eventually. Thank you all for being here. We'll see you back here tomorrow morning.